Most memorable moment is definitely beating Irvington. That was a great game. It was very hype. I loved every second of it.
I would say most memorable moment is probably beating Irvington.
Like the first time that I actually stepped on the field, I was on like kick return, but like looking over and seeing everyone in the stands, and like it was just like crazy.
The most memorable moment I would say is definitely Victory Road. It's just something that, first of all, I never thought I would do anything like that in my life.
My most memorable moment would probably be Victory Road. Rolling around the mud and in the swamp.
Most memorable moment is beating Irvington.
For me, was beating Irvington.
Most memorable moment is probably when we beat Irvington.
Beating Irvington because of all the pressure that we had to handle going into that game.
Definitely beating Irvington this year. You know, we were big underdogs, so it's cool to win that game.
My most memorable moment was beating Randolph 2 years in a row.
Beating Randolph last year to win the conference.
Most memorable moment has to be beating Randolph to win the conference last year.
My favorite moment was probably when we beat Randolph last year.
They're supposedly like the best team in the conference, just powerhouse, and then we were the last game, and we just took it to them.
Beating Randolph last year, winning conference champs with the seniors last year was just a great moment.
The most memorable moment was probably freshman year after we beat Westmore Central on their brand new turf.
But my most memorable moment on the field was when we beat number 9 Irvington. They're a really good team, and it was a huge upset.
We beat Irvington 2-0. It's a really good victory.
I think the most memorable moment is when I got a sack during Irvington. My dad told me after the game that he was proud of me for getting that sack, and that really made me happy.
Sophomore year, we played Mava, who was 6-0, and we came out with the crazy win in double overtime.
Probably sophomore year when we beat Montville. That was pretty cool.
Funniest moment is I really can't choose one like off the top of my head, but I know that I have definitely experienced a lot of funny moments, but the funniest one has definitely been with Bobby Herman.
Fatty's little bonsai and his little sayings in between practices.
The funniest moment was, it actually happened like a couple days ago. Saw the quarterback throw the ball, so I reached my arm up and I tipped it and I caught it. And then I just heard everybody was like, oh, and I started running. And then I fell, I didn't get to the end zone, but I got an interception, which is something that I never thought I would do even in practice.
My sophomore year, and Riley was actually covering Yanni, and he was talking trash to Yanni and being funny, and then Yanni decked him.
It was also freshman year when it was a rainy day and DeFranco slipped on the hill and got mud all over himself.
Funniest moment had to be DeFranco falling during freshman practice.
DeFranco falling freshman practice. He was covered in mud.
My funniest moment has to be freshman year when we were running sprints and Coach DeFranco fell running with us.
Sophomore year locker room as a whole, just good experience. It's always funny in there.
The funniest moment is probably when we went to the PDR my sophomore year and we were singing In the Jungle, and Oliver Bastian was singing it and going on with it.
When we started singing In the Jungle and I sang all the lyrics and everybody had a good time.
Funniest one for me is when I threw a pass, it got deflected. I turned around and see Will caught the ball. He's running with it and gets slammed. So funny.
It's freshman year, we were running sprints, and Coach DeFranco threatened he could beat us, and he slipped and fell in the mud.
Probably just Dan in the locker room after school every day.
Been Fatty. He's always making everybody laugh in drills. It's not even on purpose. He's always giving people the wrong names, like Cliff, or how he says my name, Sliker, all the time. It's always just such a good time.
The funniest moment, I think, was when Omar was running back in JV and he fumbled 2 times in the same play. Like, he just picked it up and just fumbled again. It was hilarious.
I think it was just overall, Coach T and Coach Fatty, they're just really funny. They make practice enjoyable.
Oh my gosh, the funniest moment is definitely Dan Barrow. He just walks in the locker room, lights up the place. He just dances, tries to fight people, thinks he's the tough guy of the team.
To pick one moment would be hard, but my buddy Richard Bark, he's a pretty funny guy, me and him.
McCovey, he always makes me laugh, you know, the way he acts in the locker room and in practice, he's just funny, he's a funny guy.
Funniest moment would be the first day of practice. I walked in, being new to the football team, everyone was yelling Shady, you know. That's my little nickname that they all call me.
Some advice I have to give the underclassmen is never stop working, even though things sometimes get tough, but it will all pay off once you get that starting spot, once you get playing time, and once you're playing under the lights Friday night.
Some advice I give for the younger guys is work hard and take advantage of the time you have.
Make it count, take it serious. You only got so much football left.
Cherish it, honestly, because it flies by, and your senior year, you never know what's going to happen. So for one thing, make sure you're stretching all the time and cherish it. and stretch a lot?
I would say just to show up to every practice, make it seem like you want to be there, and even in on JV, even if you're not playing, cheer on your teammates on the sideline, be invested, be involved in the game. It's important to be a good teammate.
I'd say for underclassmen to work hard in the off season in the weight room. It'll help you a lot in the season.
Take advantage of the time you have because 4 years is up quick.
Keep grinding in the off season, use the weight room to your advantage, and just keep working hard that off season.
It flies by really fast, so just take a moment and just savor it.
Go to off-season lifting, and then that's how you get better. And then overnight, just keep working on your footwork and stance.
The advice I'd give to underclassmen is to just have fun and enjoy it, because you're gonna miss it.
Don't take a practice for granted. Take every rep seriously, and that's how you're gonna see the field.
If you're not a one, please watch the ones in practice and learn from them.
Appreciate all the resources and tools that are given, because some schools don't even have all these resources and big stadium and ship that we have. It's amazing. And all the coaches, because they do their best and they spend tireless nights doing the best that they can.
Be yourself. Enjoy the game because it doesn't last long. Enjoy it while you can.
Always work hard. Hard work really proves who you are, yourself.
Just work hard, guys, never take a practice for granted. Be as mentally strong as you can be. It's that simple.
Just grind on scout, work your way up, and just have fun with it.
It doesn't matter if you've been playing football for 5 years or 2 years or even a year or haven't at all. Just keep grinding and you'll be unstoppable.
Don't let people tell you what you can't do, always show them what you can do.
Don't take every rep for granted and just do your best on everything you can.